At 10, a Duluth man accused of assaulting a deputy has been found guilty after a brief trial. 37-year-old Gideon Martin is convicted of first-degree assault, among other charges, for choking a St. Louis County deputy last May. That's when deputies responded to reports of an unwanted man at a Hermantown home. That was Martin, who officers questioned about a nearby burglary but released due to a lack of evidence. Martin then asked the deputy for a ride to a Rice Lake home. The deputy agreed, and when they dropped off Martin then choked the deputy from behind, nearly leaving the officer unconscious. Martin then climbed a nearby tree where he remained for hours before being arrested. Sentencing is set for April 8th.